Welcome in, Food FAQers. I'm Mariella.
And I'm Eric.
And today we are continuing our summer series with easy, no oven needed summer treats.
That's awesome. I like it because I like not having to use the oven in the summertime.
Right. Or using easy ingredients that you kind of just put together and call it a day.
Exactly. Something quick and simple.
So we're going to dive right in here and we're going to start with our favorite thing to start with, which is what?
Anything boozy.
Yeah.
Anything boozy we're going to start with. So I have two simple boozy recipes. We're going to start with one of them. And I'm sure people have seen this before, but it is boozy pineapple spears. And it's really easy. And it's so delicious. And basically what you're going to do, what I do is, here's the deal. I don't buy a pineapple whole in the grocery store.
Well, can I tell you something about this?
Tell me.
There is a doodad, a contraption. It's a monotasker.
Mm-hmm.
And it serves as a corer and slicer for pineapples. And it's like $12 and it's a worthy investment. Somebody bought it for me because I always say I only like things that do more than one thing. And she bought it for me anyway. And it's amazing. And it saves you a ton of money because sliced pineapple, at least when you buy it fresh, is expensive.
It is.
Anyway, I'm sorry. Go for it.
That's okay. I forgive you. I don't like function items in my kitchen. I mean, I guess we all have them to an extent, but I just, regardless, I do like to buy my fruit pre-sliced. I'm going to tell you a secret also. And my grocery store started selling tangerines pre-sliced and I buy it.
What?
Yeah, I'm that person.
That is the epitome of laziness.
Listen, let me have my first world problems. Okay.
For me, the allure of tangerines is that they have a little coat that you can take off easily and they travel nicely because of the coat. So why would you buy it without it?
Where am I traveling with a tangerine?
To work, where you eat it. Where do you eat a tangerine, right?
At home. I eat it at home. And it comes in a plastic box. It's not like they just give you like a fucking tangerine in your hand. You walk out the grocery store.
Put it in your palm.
You have to put in your pocket and walk out with it. And it's and the thing is, they're not like in little wedges. Like they're like whole tangerines. Someone in the back is sitting there opening up.
And laughing at you.
Well, yeah, because they're selling it for like $6 a container, but if you buy 3 containers, it's $10.
I wish I didn't know this about you.
I'm gonna take you with me to the grocery store next, and we're gonna buy
palm
pre-sliced tangerines.
The people want to hear what you're gonna do with this pineapple. What are you gonna do?
Well, they're gonna run and buy pre-sliced tangerines, and I will have the last laugh. So. All right. So pineapple spears, whether you cut the pineapple on your own with Mariella's mono-use product or you just buy the spears, which is what I do. And the reason why I like to buy the spears is because it comes in a container that holds them. And this recipe, it's actually, you need a container that holds the whole spear. In all honesty, this recipe, you could do it in rings. You could do it in chunks, whichever which way. The pineapple's going to pick up the flavor anyway. So, but I like it in spears. So we're going to talk in spear format here.
I like it.
And you leave in this container. You could even leave some of the juice that's in there also. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to take your favorite coconut rum and you're just going to kind of fill up that container. You don't want to fill it up all the way. You kind of have to cut that coconut rum a little bit and you want to put some coconut water in there. And it's going to be really strong if you just leave the coconut rum. So fill it up, I would say about 3/4 of the way. Fill the rest up with coconut water. Put the lid on it. Shake it a little bit. Put it in your refrigerator for 3 to 4 hours. And Mariella, it's delicious.
You know what I love about it? The coconut water addition.
Yeah. Hydration.
Yes. And coconut water has this, I don't know, je ne sais quoi about it.
I don't like coconut water by itself.
Oh my God. What?
Yeah.
Even the pink one?
I don't like the pink one's the one I like the least. I one time bought it at a grocery store to impress myself and I got to the car.
This monkey picked coconut water.
And so I went and it was, let me tell you something. One time The only time I appreciated coconut water was I was living in Boston, Massachusetts. I was there for work for 1 year, and it was so freaking hot outside in the summertime in Boston. It was so disgustingly hot. I came home from like this 14-hour day of work. I was exhausted. I was just tired. I was sweating. I walk into my Boston apartment that, mind you, had no central AC, and I did not know that till 2 months after living there. Ugh. No central AC, had a wall unit AC in my bedroom. It was so hot in my apartment, and I was so hot, and the only thing I had in my refrigerator was coconut water. But it was coconut water mixed with coffee, by the way.
Ugh.
It was actually really good. And
worse.
I chugged it, and it was like
divine
nectar of the frickin' gods.
Oh my God.
Boozy pineapple spears, it's just really refreshing. If you want to get it really cold after it's chilled in the refrigerator for 3 or 4 hours, throw it in the freezer. It's not going to fully freeze over because of the rum and the coconut rum, but it's going to get like kind of a little bit slushy-ish, and it's going to be really delicious.
That sounds so good. And you don't add any sugar or anything to this?
No, there's a lot of sugar in that coconut rum to begin with.
Is there?
Yeah, I'm sure to make it sweet. Yeah. But you know what you can do if you want to add a little bit of lime juice to it, if you want to add a little bit of salt to it, might be pretty good to kind of like cut the sweetness of the pineapple, even though I like pineapple. There's a lot of other things you can do. You could take it out. You can spice it up even, but it's just a really nice cold adult treat on a hot summer day.
I think you could adapt this for children if you use maybe just the coconut water too, because it could keep them hydrated while they're playing outside and they never want to stop.
Yeah.
That's kind of a nice treat too.
It is a nice treat. And coconut water is hydrating. It's really good for you to have. So I think it is something that you can do for the kids also. But you can also just do it for the adults.
Make it good. You can make it for kids, or you could make it good.
Right, exactly. What do we got next, Mariella? We got something delicious.
Okay, so this is more of a dessert, right? Yours is a dessert that with benefits, and this is like your husband.
What?
Yours is like a friend with benefits, and mine would be like your husband. You know, it's more traditional, and it's heavier, and it's sweet. Anyway, so it's a trifle. A trifle is you layer some kind of cream, some kind of fruit with pound cake or cake. I like pound cake, and I feel like there's no need to make pound cake ever in your life because Sarah Lee makes it already, and she does a fantastic job that you'll never be able to mimic. I've tried to make pound cake, never good. Never good. I don't know why. I'm not Southern enough. I don't know what it is. It's never like hers, and hers is
You're not Southern at all.
Well, I live in the South.
You live in South Florida. That's not the South.
Not the South. Okay, I know it's different, but geographically.
Correct.
Okay. Anyway, you grab the family size Sara Lee pound cake and you cube it into, I'd say, 1-inch squares, and you set that aside. Remember, you have to thaw out Sara Lee's pound cake, which is a giant pain in the ass, but it's worth your.
It's so good because it's just really dense, and you could do a lot of great cooking with it, and it holds its shape.
Right.
And if you've not tried a Sara Lee pound cake, like just go grab, even just taking a bite out of it is freaking delicious.
Oh my God. It tastes like that butter, that fake butter taste that you want. Like that's what it is. And it's anyway. So you put it aside. Then I want you to whip some cream, just like we did last week. We get yogurt, Greek yogurt, full fat. I don't know if it has to be full fat, but definitely Greek, the Faye, if you want to do 0%. And we whip up some whipped cream. I like to whip mine up. Eric had a huge discovery this weekend, but I like to whip my whipped cream and then fold it into the yogurt. And he whipped the whipped cream and then whipped in the yogurt and continued to whip, and it turned into magic.
It was really good.
So I feel like, especially now in the summer, just whipped cream it deflates pretty easily. And to stabilize it, if you want to make the yogurt whipped cream, which we are dubbing whipped yogurt cream, because we're the Christopher Columbus of this, so we get to name it.
I don't want to be associated with him.
Well, I don't know if I invented this or not, so the joke is that he didn't really discover anything either, so... So that's
it is really good. Let me tell you, the whipped cream with the Greek yogurt, Madi, what you were talking about this past week, it is really good. And you know what I like too? it's weird but it kind of tones down the sweetness of the whipped cream, but it adds like a body to it.
Right.
It's like more luxurious, and you don't like, you feel a little guilty because whipped cream is like hyper in fat, but we're not really worried about that. But you just have like a good protein thrown in there. I
think so too. And it's not even for that, but it's a good added benefit to it. That you at least get a little protein with your sugar. So you do that. I like to sweeten mine with brown sugar. We talked about how I do this, but I can talk about it really quickly. You start whipping your cream. You add 2 or 3 tablespoons of the brown sugar, however you like it, however sweet you like it. And then you continue to whip until it forms into soft or hard, I would say stiff peaks for this. So it could hold up to the yogurt. Anyway, and then so you have that process. And then this is what I like to do, Keter. I like to make boozy strawberries. Have you had these before?
Nope.
Okay. So I used to sell cake, like trying to make a business out of, I'm always trying to do something with food. And one of my customers' favorite cupcakes was my boozy strawberry cupcake. And what I would do is I would grab a pint of strawberries, make them small, cut them up. And then I would add about, I want to say half a bottle of red wine. It doesn't have to be expensive, but definitely like a Pinot, Merlot, something that you don't necessarily want to drink as a first bottle, but maybe a second or third.
When your face is already numb.
Exactly.
That one.
And then I would say you add about a 1/4 cup of sugar to this and a little lemon zest if you're feeling up to it. You don't need it. And then stir everything up together and leave it in the refrigerator at least overnight. And those, my God, it is like a sweet wine, almost like if sangria was a dessert type of thing. And then all you have to do is go ahead and you need a dish. You can use a bowl even. Something see-through is pretty because you can see the design of the trifle. So you put a single layer of the cake, some of the cream, some of the berries, and then you do it over and over again until you reach the top. And that's it. That's the trifle.
That's so delicious. You think maybe you could make it, I was like thinking in my head, because you're not cooking the fruit, so the liquor is still in there.
Right.
So if we need like a liquor-free option, could you use the strawberries and mix it with maybe like a preserve or something like that, just to because I assume you're going to get like a nice saucy, jammy consistency with the sugar and the alcohol and the strawberries. So maybe to like make it alcohol-free, could you dice the strawberries up and mix it with like a strawberry type of preserve?
Yeah.
And just
love that.
That way, and then place it into the trifle.
I always am confused. Whichever one is the one without seeds. I don't know if it's the jam.
The ones with seeds are preserves.
Okay, I don't like seeds in my. Do you?
I love preserve. You want a jelly? Just go make Jell-O.
Because you're having the real strawberries in there, man. Listen, pocket orange. Okay, I'm just telling you that it would be too seedy.
It's a tangerine. 2, okay, I'm trying to figure out a way to feed it to your children without giving your kids booze. Just putting it out there, okay?
I don't have drunk children running around. I don't know what you're talking about.
We want to keep that from happening.
Okay, yeah. And you can also just use sugar, and the sugar in itself will make the berries.
That's true. Yeah.
Kind of bleed out their juice, and I don't see a problem. So you can use that. You can definitely put that's a good idea, to put a preserve or a jam or whatever it is that you prefer to thicken it up, to make it more like cohesive. But yeah, it's easy.
That sounds so good, Maddie.
Delicious and pretty, right? If you have the right glass container for it. They have them at Target, super inexpensive, and they come on a little pedestal and adorable.
Target and At Home.
What is that? Oh, home. What is that?
At Home. Oh my God. They don't have an At Home in Miami yet.
No.
Okay, I want you to think of like a store, like maybe like the size of a Target or a smaller Target.
Yeah.
And it just has nothing but home decor at like a cheaper than Home Goods price. Oh. I know. I think the closest one to you is in Palm Beach.
Oh, I'm never going to go to Palm Beach. I'm going to go to
you know what? You know what? When you come here.
We're going.
Because we're going to talk about that later when you come here. Yeah. When you come here, we'll go to At Home. We're going to take a break and we'll go to At Home and we'll go walk through At Home together.
I love this.
And we'll take a couple hours.
Let's go do some laps, some cardio.
We're going to get some steps in. We're going to get some steps in.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That sounds amazing. Okay.
I like that.
What else are we going to do for the people?
All right, Mariella, we got another boozy treat for them.
I love
So there's 3 boozy treats in this. Have you noticed this?
Oh, yeah.
There's a trend going on.
I swear.
But
I don't even
summer's
like
just, I
alcohol.
feel summer's at that time. It's like a celebration. It's a fun
Yes.
time of the year.
So many parties, people
There's
get together.
parties, there's, beach vacations and things like that. So
Hmm.
we're going to talk about, so I talked about boozy pineapple. So we want to talk about how to booze up your watermelon.
Tell me what not to do, Eric.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what not to do. So I'm going to tell everybody what not to do. If you want to booze up your watermelon, because you want to have a nice watermelon treat, do not cut a hole in your watermelon and put a bottle of vodka inside of it, thinking it is going to drain in your watermelon. Look this up. A watermelon is not a freaking balloon. It's not going to expand. And the watermelon juice is not going to extract from the watermelon itself. So what you're going to end up with is you're going to end up with a little section of watermelon that's like, what did you say?
A mess.
A mess. You're going to end up with a section of watermelon that's hyper boozed. And then the rest of the watermelon is just watermelon. So you're going to have one person very happy and 5 people very upset. Okay. So if we want to correctly serve a boozed up watermelon, it's really simple. Just take a watermelon, preferably seedless. I don't like seeded watermelons. Again, it's 2023. Cut the watermelon in half.
You're going to die of something. Might as well be a de-seeded
If I'm
watermelon.
down any hill, it's going to be pre-peeled tangerines and seedless watermelon.
Oh my God.
Cut it in half. And you're just going to scoop out the watermelons. You don't have to have a melon scooper. Just take a tablespoon and just scoop it out in pieces. Take those chunks, throw it in the freezer, let it freeze for about 3 or 4 hours. Take those chunks, throw it in your blender, blend it up, put about 4 ounces of vodka in there. If you want to get a little fun, put 8 ounces, 6 ounces, whatever you want to taste. We're going back to coconut water. Throw some coconut water in there as well. Mm-hmm. And you could put some lime juice in there just to balance everything out. Mm-hmm. Blend it all together. You can use those 2 halves of watermelons you have, pour them back into the 2 halves of watermelons, pour them in glasses, however you want to pour them, use a straw and drink it up. It's delicious.
Wow, I'm speechless because I was thinking you were going to say to freeze it and then slice it. Can you do that?
You could soak the watermelon in there. I just think since watermelon is it's like over like 98% water. Mm-hmm. Like, I think you almost want to serve it this way to get the watermelon flavor and the alcohol flavor in there. Listen, you can absolutely soak watermelon chunks in booze and eat it up.
I like this way.
But I think this way it's just kind of neater.
Yeah.
And what I really like about it, I really love the taste of watermelon. I actually don't like to add mint to it. I don't like to add anything to it. But I think adding a little bit of coconut water and a little bit of lime is just going to, 1, hydration. Delicious. But 2, it's going to cut a little bit of that alcohol and sweetness of the watermelon. And it's going to be a more palatable drink. Because if you've ever had just watermelon juice, it's good, but it's very sweet. Mm-hmm. And it becomes sickening like halfway through it. This is going to cut a lot of that.
You know what else I just thought about? When I drink nowadays, it doesn't settle well with me in my stomach, and then eating and drinking, it's heavy. But I think this is kind of cool because you're kind of eating something, but also consuming alcohol in like a more concealed way. It's not so like rough on your system. I don't know. Is that weird?
No. So there's not a scientific, but like, I guess, medical answer to what you're saying. It's because you're old.
Oh, motherfucker. I was really in that one. Okay.
I know. You were like, what are you going to say, Dr. Saunders?
No,
it's because you're old. And that's why you're not drinking the way we were drinking 20 years ago. None of us are. Okay?
I need to put it in a watermelon, damn it. That's the answer. So that sounds good.
It is really good. It's refreshing. 2 watermelon halves and 2 people get lit for the rest of the day, or it makes about 4 servings, depending on how big the watermelon is.
Yeah, because I'm thinking it has to be a little watermelon if you're going to be sharing like halves or like a coconut.
Or a big watermelon if you don't work the next day.
Oh my God, can you imagine lugging around that big ass watermelon?
I would.
Oh my God, I love that. That sounds so good. I would try this.
Let's try it. Let's try when you're in town.
Yeah.
Let's have some.
I think that would sit well with me because I'm eating and drinking at the same time. Okay, Dr. Saunders.
I mean, you're not really eating. You're still drinking. It's not like I'm giving you a burger. You're just, it's going to be slushy, Maddie.
All right, all right. Well, I don't know. I still want to try it. And you know what? I even almost would like it with a little bit of that spicy stuff. The tahini or like, yeah, I kind of.
Let me tell you, I love tahini on cucumbers
Mm-hmm.
and I love tahini on that's about it.
Mango?
Because I like I'm a purist when it comes to fruit. I don't like sugars on it. I don't, even grapefruit, I eat by itself. I don't like sugar on it. I don't like anything like that. I'm a purist. Not that it's bad. Not that tahini on the fruit is bad, but it tastes good, but it's not something that I would like consume.
The only thing you like is somebody's grubby fingers taking the peel off your tangerine.
I'm sure they use gloves.
Okay, we hope.
You know what? I don't know. Ignorance is bliss. So all I know is I'm popping a tangerine in my mouth when you're still peeling it.
I'm
so
still peeling.
Who wins here?
Oh my God.
Me.
No. Well, listen. So our final dessert is a banana pudding. Everyone loves banana pudding, especially now since Magnolia Bakery kind of brought it back from the dead. And the way I make it is there's no boxes involved. So I make the pudding and I fashion the recipe after Julia Child's creme patisserie, which involves eggs and milk, butter, sugar. It's a whole thing, right? You have to beat the living crackers out of it to make it work out. But the end result is like nothing you've ever had. It's pudding, but elevated.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it needs this. Like banana pudding to me always tastes so fake and like artificial. This tastes like butter and sugar had a baby and they're very happy together, you know? So I make that. And then once that's done, I will fold in about a cup and a half of just whipped cream. I don't not salted. I don't sweeten it because the pudding itself is already sweet. I just fold in that cream. And then that's it. That's like the star of the show. You grab whatever. I don't know. I usually use like a smaller dish for the banana cream pie and I make several because I feel it's just better. I don't know why. It's a personal preference, but you go ahead and you put Nilla wafers, by the way, Nilla wafers, or you can use another cookie if you'd like something simple, I would say, because you don't want it to compete with the other flavors in the dish. You put down a layer of the Nilla wafers, you put a little bit of the cream, sliced bananas, and you do that over and over. But then you make sure that when you put in your last sliced banana, you top it with the yogurt and then with the cookies. And that's it. Because if you have any exposed banana on this, it's going to look nasty in about 2 hours. This way, the bananas are in a little nest of sugar and joy, and there's no air because it's too creamy for it to like get in there, you know? So they don't turn. So when you cut into it, it's pretty for hours, even the next day, I gotta say. And that's the best, in my opinion, the best banana pudding you could. This sounds really
good. This sounds really good. It just, you know, banana pudding growing up was just, you know, instant banana pudding. And I think the first time I ever had like the real good was Magnolia when I lived in New York. My office was right down the street from Magnolia Bakery. And it's good. And this recipe is great. I'm wondering, do you think you can use like, let's say you want to turn up a notch. What do you think about using like lady fingers in the middle of it instead of Nilla wafers?
For sure.
And almost get like a tiramisu consistency.
I think that would definitely be something worth trying.
I think that's fun. That sounds really good, Maddie.
Yes, so good. And you know what? If you do lady fingers, I don't know. I almost want to use lemon zest instead.
Lime zest.
Right? And make it lemony instead. Like that's a spin-off. The cousin.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really good. Yeah. That is good. I feel like this is something that you can do that with. You can reimagine it because you're really just making pudding, but amazing pudding.
Right. No, you're making them pudding from scratch, and it's going to be it's a big difference when you do this.
Like I can't emphasize how big.
Yeah,
it's like having
it comes out thick and it comes out nice. It's not runny. It's like an actual. It's funny because it's hearty, but I think because it's cold, it's still kind of light. It's a really great dessert. Amazing. I think it's a great option for summertime.
Yes. So, and you don't have to cook one thing, really. I mean, you do have to cook the pudding to make it, but you don't have to turn on the oven for that. You do that on the stove top and it comes together, I would say within 20, 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It's worth trying and beautiful also, because who doesn't love banana pudding? I think people light up when they see it, especially homemade. And
Yeah,
it doesn't
absolutely.
taste like bananas in a box, which we all know sucks.
It does.
Right?
Unless I really feel.
I don't like banana
I hate
extract.
it so much.
I don't like banana extracts. I feel like banana is just such an easy thing to come by. Then why the hell would you make banana extract a thing?
No, I totally understand.
Right? And it has a very distinct flavor. It doesn't hide. Bananas are not shy. Right? So I think whoever created banana extract is a lazy, cheap ass. And those are my very strong opinions about banana. Oh my goodness. So today, Keith, we covered no bake desserts for summer because no one wants to turn on the oven for that.
No, not when it's hot outside.
You know? And these are you can select any of these and you'll find best friends wherever you go because these recipes are delicious, they're simple, and they're unexpected, which we always try to do, you and I.
Yeah.
I think a little something cute on top, like sprinkles. We're like sprinkles, you and me.
We are colorful and sugary.
And, so we hope that you love these and you give them a try. When you bring one of these to your next party and then you write us an email about it and you tell us how flippin' amazing it was.
Mariella.
Yes.
We have a freebie.
We have a freebie.
Our first freebie.
Yes. We created in checklist form, basically our first 4 episodes, is it?
Mm-hmm.
On how to build your kitchen. It's area by area. And we listed all the things that you need in order to build your kitchen right there for you. And all you have to do is type in your email and you instantly get our freebie PDF, how to build your kitchen,
and it's adorable.
And it's pretty. Yay. Listen, we make all our stuff ourselves. So I really love any compliment I can get for it.
Yes, it's pretty. Mariella, you designed it and you did a fabulous job with it.
Thank you.
I think it looks beautiful. So I cannot take credit for that. You did an incredible job with it.
Thank you so much. I'm only inspired by you.
You're so good. Everybody needs to go grab this. Yes. And it's great. It's literally a checklist. You can print it out. You can leave it on your laptop and you can just check off what you need to build your kitchen.
Absolutely.
And join us on all these fun cooking things that we're doing.
Yes. And let us know how everything's going. We're on Instagram. You can listen to us on YouTube. You can reach out to us and leave us a voicemail message on Pod Inbox. All these links are down below. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear from you. By the way, I tried the brown sugar, but we got to talk about brown sugar later, I suppose.
We're going to talk about brown sugar. We got our email. Yeah. We're going to talk about brown sugar.
But I did do it. And, so like, if you want to be like brown sugar and have us try fun things in the kitchen, then, drop us a line. Follow us.
Do it.
Hear every episode and know that we're here celebrating summer, giving you all the best ideas because we love talking about food and we love each other and we love you.
We do.
And thank you so much for listening today.
Have a great week.
Bye. See you soon.
Bye.